to my English second paper class of class 9 and 10. My dear students, I am inviting you to join with me to enjoy the class. My dear students, I have already written twice sentence on whiteboard. One of them is Ripon said, "What a nice bird it is." And another is, he said, "How cute the baby looks." My dear students, look at the whiteboard. The twice speeches, one of them is started with what and another is started with how. So, at first we have got twice kind of exclamatory sentences according to the starting. My dear students, but according to the meaning, we can be got the twice kind of exclamatory sentence. One of them refer the meaning of enjoy and another is referring sorrowful, sorrow, pain. My dear students, so I have already written that things. We have got two kind of started with what and another is started with how. My dear learners, now we will go how to change this speech. The change can be the same thing according to the enjoy. If the reported speech, the meaning enjoy, we have to use, here is in lieu of said, we have to use exclaimed. Exclaimed. My dear students, then the subject, Ripon, then in lieu of said we have to use exclaimed. Exclaimed. When we change the assertive sentences, we used that in lieu of inverted comma. Here we also use that in lieu of inverted comma. That. And now what can we do? At first we have to use subject after that. What is the subject? In this speeches, this is the subject. It. Then we have to use verb. This is verb, but this is past tense. So we have to use here past tense. Words. And then we have to use very or very in lieu of what or how. Then here is an article. So we have to use here article. What? It is a very, sorry my dear students, I have to omit this information from the whiteboard. Very nice. It's not very hard according to the assertive sentence. This is easier than assertive sentence if you follow the rules. So, in the second sentence, if we change the second sentence, what we have to do? At first, write he said, again that in lieu of inverted comma. Then we have to use subject, the baby. The baby. Then verbs, present tense. This is past tense, so we have to use here past tense. Looked. Then very in lieu of how, then cute. Sorry, yeah, cute. He said that the baby looked very cute. My dear students, then what is the structure of indirect speech of exclamatory sentence? We can write here subject. What is the structure? Structure. At first, subject, then sorry, I have a wrong in here, also here. Exclaimed, here we have to write with joy, and here also. Exclaimed with joy. Then subject, then exclaimed with joy. At the beginning I said to you that perhaps I said to you that if the sentence means pain or sorrow, then we have to use here sorrow in lieu of joy. Then that. Then again subject, then verb, then very, then extension. My dear students, have you followed the rules? If the sentence meaning enjoyful, if enjoyful, we have to write subject, then exclaimed with joy in lieu of said. If the sentence is painful or sorrowful, we have to write exclaimed with sorrow in lieu of said. Understand? My dear students, now we can go to some practices. My dear students, he said, how brilliant the boy is. Now, what will be the indirect speech? Then he, in lieu of said, this is an enjoyable sentence, so we have to write here exclaimed with joy. Then that, in lieu of inverted comma, then subject. What is the subject? The boy. The boy, then verb. This is the past tense, so we have to write here past form of is, was, and then very in lieu of how, and then the extension, brilliant. Clear, my dear students? And we saw the sorrowful sentence, painful sentence, but we have not change that kind of sentence. Now he said what a terrible what a terrible sight it is. It can be choice kind. Terrible means bhayankar, the Bengali meaning. So we can use here he exclaimed with sorrow that it was a very terrible sight. And without this twice type of sentences, there is another type of sentence. Can you imagine? We can got some sentences without who, what and how. He said to me, alas, I am undone. My dear students, this sentence, this speech is not started with what or how. It is started with an exclamation word. So, in this type of sentences, the rules are the same, but here we don't use very or very or very much before the verb. So, how can we change these speeches? According to the rules, he said, in lieu of said, we will use here also exclaim with joy or exclaim with sorrow. So, if it is a painful sentence, we have to use here exclaim with sorrow. Then he exclaimed with sorrow that then subject, first person change to subject, he was undone. Here is the exclamation word alas. When we make the reported speeches into assertive sentence, already the exclamation word will be omitted. Can I make you understand? My dear students, now I am writing another example. Easy. They said, hurrah! We have won the game. My dear students, now the rule is same. What we have to use here in lieu of said. If the meaning of reported speeches is painful or sorrowful, we have to use sorrow. But if the meaning is enjoyable, we have to use enjoy. Then they exclaimed with joy. That, in lieu of inverted comma, we have to use that. Then first person change to subject. Here is they, so we have to hear they have. This is present tense. We have to write here past tense. They had own. My dear students, it's not so tough to us to change the speech from direct to indirect of exclamatory sentence if we remind the rules of the assertive sentences. Can I make you understand? My dear students, so can I go back again for practicing? I am writing below this. Father said, "What a big river the Padma is." My dear students, in our language, sometimes the students can't understand, is it enjoyable or painful? In this situation, what a big river the Padma is. Is this painful or enjoyable? What can we say? Most of us or some of us can say the appropriate meaning, appropriate theme of these sentences, but most of the students or some of the students can't understand what we have to do. In that case, when we will change the speeches into indirect speeches, we have to use here father told that the Padma is what? A big river. Not only big river, was a very big river. We have to use very in lieu of what? Can you understand, my dear students? But sometimes this is a very big phrase. Exclaim with joy. Come to another example. My dear students, he said, what an interesting event it is. What can we do? This is interesting, so easily we can imagine that this is enjoyable sentence. So we can use exclaim with joy, no problem. But we can use another sentence in lieu of not sentence. We can use another word in lieu of exclaim with joy. My dear students, then what is the word? He said. In lieu of said, we used exclaimed with joy. But if we feel tired to write, then we can write only one word in lieu of this. He delighted. He delighted that it, this is the was, and very interesting event. Am I clear? My dear students, today the weather is very hot, and I discussed with you about the rules of changing of exclamatory sentence from direct to indirect. So at first we got two types of sentences according to the start, and then we got twice type of sentences according to the meaning. We have discussed all type of sentences. So my dear students, no more today. We will see again another next class. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you to all.